It's the best time of the show. Joining us now for Top That Trade, a couple of trading pros. We have Phil Flynn, a Fox Business Network contributor, and Alan Nuckman, an options trading pro. Here we go, guys, with our trader game. Round number one, timing tricks. You guys have been in the market for a long time, so what are your timing tricks when it comes to trading?
Well, timing the market is nearly impossible.
Yes.
All right. So the idea is you're never going to buy the low or sell the high. It's to take a high probability piece out of the middle. With discipline, there's always going to be opportunity. So don't feel like you missed the only time. There's always more times to make money.
And I think in the big picture, you're right. You're never supposed to pick tops or bottom, though there are indicators that can suggest that we might be near a top and a bottom. For example,
Until we're not.
Right, or moving averages, exactly. Because there are certain times when a market has had an extended run and it's due for a correction or a sell-off, and there are indicators like stochastics, like overbought and oversold indicators that might indicate that maybe it's time to pick a top.
But it depends on your time
or to
horizon.
pick
Are you a
profit.
short-term trader? Are you a
Absolutely.
swing trader?
That's
are you
right. That's why it's
a
all
long-term
about
trader?
time, somewhere in
Timing.
time.
It's all about
Timing.
Next up, hold or fold. What do you do when you're having a tough time with a trade? When do you know it's time to get out?
The best rule of thumb is to get out when you're wrong. And you should have a predetermined plan
That's the
as
best.
to when you're wrong.
Exactly. You should know before you get into a trade what you're going to do when it does something. So you're not reacting.
Right.
You know, you have a plan in place. That's the key. You think the most clearly before you get into the trade. So write down where you're going to risk to and where you're going to want to take some profits.
Right.
That's having a plan before you get in.
Yeah, but how many of us don't do that? I mean, there's a lot of times all of us
Hey,
are guilty.
I got a lot of faults.
Hey, wait a
I got a
second.
lot of faults,
Wait,
but
we're
I
all
don't know-
guilty of it one
I
time
don't
or
know if-
another.
I don't know if
I guess
discipline
the question is when you're in a trade like that, how do you handle yourself? And a lot of times what will happen is when you're in a trade like that, you will stay into your point of pain and you'll get out. And more
then
than
the market
likely,
goes the other way.
It does. So
You could trade half positions.
there you go.
You could trade half positions, and that way you've
Right.
got a little bit of flexibility, and it's not an all or nothing deal when you make that big decision.
The other thing you can do is spend the money, buy some insurance, buy an option, buy a put or a call to cover your position. So if you really want to ride it out, spend the extra insurance. If you're really right, the insurance will look cheap. If you're wrong, you're going to be glad you spent the money.
Round number three, top timers. How do you curb that temptation to try to time the market?
Turn off the machine. Turn
Everybody's
off the
been trying to
machine.
pick the top of the market now for
For the stock market.
10 years.
Or for Tesla. How are those guys doing? Hey, guys, call me.
Things can always go higher than what you think. Yes, there's a limit on the downside. We used to ask how you pick a bottom, which for me I think is easier because it can only go to zero. But
Did you know I think onions, when they traded, actually went below zero? So zero is not always the bottom.
So
Onion
they
futures.
would give you the onions
Yeah, because
and
they
pay you to take them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember that
A
day.
natural gas.
I don't
Hey,
remember that
it's
day. I'll
happened.
be
It's
honest.
happened.
I've been
Natural
doing this
gas.
as long as you have, and
Yeah.
I don't remember
Well, I'll tell you
that
a
day.
more recent story, not 100 years ago. I'll tell you one recently. Natural gas. There were certain producers that were producing so much natural gas, they were giving it away for free. In fact, they pay them to take it
But I
because they
think
have
they
an
burn
oversupply.
it. I know they burn it off.
Well, they can only burn so much because they can get in
TME,
trouble.
Speaking of timing,
Time.
TME is a symbol.
Right.
Tencent, which is a Chinese overdone to the downside stock, I think has some long-term value.
Time now for the bonus round. Okay, can you tell me, are these real or made up tickers? CLCK, clock, WTCH, watch, and time, TIME.
I don't think TIME is.
I think it is.
You think it is?
Well, it's just Time
I don't
Magazine,
think
right?
watch, WATCH.
Wasn't Time Magazine?
That
I'm
seems
saying
like too
all
many.
true.
I'm going to say no, there's a false one in there.
All were fakes.
Haha.
Wait
There
a
you
second.
go.
You misstated the question. You said either all true or all false.
No, that's not what
Play
you
the
said.
tape. Play the tape. I want a recount. Wait a second. Let me turn back the clock and we'll do it over again. Go.
For more Business First AM, check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.